Greetings, traders. Welcome back to Supermarket Simulator. Welcome back to Cloud 9. Cloud 9, if I haven't said it, if I haven't made it clear, is actually a reference to, in fact, let's just do this. I was thinking about it. It's a reference to a TV show called Superstore. If I remember correctly, we established that that was non-canon because that was white on blue. So this can be blue on white. And maybe it can be close to canon. Anyway, it was a serial, single camera comedy type of dealie. Is water white? I guess that's just white. That's not great. Starring America Ferraro, came out not too like maybe a decade ago. It got started, and it was a funniest darn show about a department store I ever saw. But it was not super popular. It struggled ratings-wise pretty much its entire run, and then it was canceled, I think, during COVID, or at some point it just finally ran out of steam. But it was among those many shows during that weird period of time that like the fans, would be like, just like, culture bombing the producers of shows, the publishers of shows, to keep them alive, to get extra seasons, to get this, to get that. Anyway, I got wind of it once it was on Hulu. I don't think I started watching it during the pandemic, but maybe. And I just chain watched it because it was so darn funny. It's somewhere between, like, if you're trying to, I guess, quantify it, somewhere between, like, The Office, which is, like, the whole, like, slice of life at work but silly type of thing, and almost like a Family Guy, like a cutaway type of show, or more like a 30 Rock type of show, where just like, but then some random, like totally random stuff can just happen, like it doesn't have to make any sense. They would frequently cut away to like gags that were happening in the store that weren't necessarily related to the plot. It was just like something funny that could happen in a grocery store. And it'd be a nice little interlude in between two semi-serious or semi-not-serious scenes. It'd just be a good way to bridge up the action. It was an interesting formula, but point being, it came along at a period of time where that sort of thing was like everywhere. There was a ton of shows that were just like, The Office, but, this, or cutting away randomly to that, blah, blah, blah. And it had a lot of message and a lot of heart to it. I really enjoyed the writing in some of the episodes, but again, toast, so doesn't really matter. But if you got streaming, definitely catch up on it, if only because, well, I honestly haven't made too many references to the show on here, if only because, as much as I have chain watched it, I had to stop because it was, it just, I don't watch it no more, so a lot of the references have fallen out of my brain and stick. Most of the characters, their names and motivations have, well, not motivations, but definitely their names have fallen out of my mind. There's, Garrett, the guy in the wheelchair. There's, I can't even remember America Ferraro's character. Jonah was the male lead. There's that weird guy, Dale? I don't know. Point is, like it was a fun show. Dina, she was the kind of Dwight of the show. The person who's taking the job way too seriously, even though it's like a joke of an environment. Anyway, watch it on Hulu. There's like 6 seasons of it. It's pretty good. I made a lot of references to it on the show. That being said, most of the stuff I've actually referenced. Yeah, a little quiet. But they were around the corner. Bye! Look like my janitor. But there's my janitor. Anyway. The other thing I reference a lot is 30 Rock. It's another old show made by Tina Fey and a bunch of SNL folk. Pretty funny. So, back to the game. Who cares? I thought that would be a more interesting segue, but it's not. Things have changed, right? The episode is definitely going to be called Store Level Maximum. Um, and the short version, I've been trying to. Well, so I've been playing. Store level maximum. I think I technically hit it at the end of last episode, but we're gonna act like this is when it actually happened. Anyway, store level maximum. Still, I still got a lot of work to do. And the weird thing about it, right? The weird thing I'm finding about myself playing, because of course, like now the game is at 1.0, I've been like finally allowing myself to indulge in some other YouTubers, people who've played it, kind of seeing how they did things or what they were doing things wise, and I got here really fast. I knew I was certainly maybe not juicing, but like optimizing the crap out of the way I play and like the way things happen in the store. But I did not realize, there are people playing the game with stores like twice and 3 times my size, like in terms of like the expansions they've unlocked. Did I take it? Yeah, and not even close to store level maximum. They're still like store level in the 60s, store level 70s. I think that probably has something to do with the whole process of like letting it marinate with the and there was a 4th thing over here that I wanted to consolidate with the restockers, but clearly I've turned it into a bit of an obsession. So are you a one piece? Is that why this is so weird? No, these are both one pieces. And there's no room for a 2-piece on this wall. We're going to talk about the orders in a minute, but they're just going to lavish. This is what I've been doing, right? Because the restockers being so slow, they're the choke point. But it seems like if you double up the shelves, like 2 shelves worth of product is actually enough for them to keep them stacked. And the customers to not be pissed. Like, it's not perfect, like I'm not 100%. Because I also think that there may be a correlation between the number of things you have on the shelves and the number of customers you get. Okay, good news. The camera over here is working, and we heard that, and it was glorious. But so we only do like 1 stock a day. Well, not really. We do a couple stocks, but it's staggered. Because a whole lot of the process has, well, for starters, I'm at store level maximum, so there's no more, like, whatever, I'm not moving towards anything anymore. I don't want to do that, but I'm going to do it. Right, he just showed up. I knew it, he was gonna screw me big time. So what if I just pull that, and do that, and do that real fast. That was a concern with the volume. The music's different. We got a lot to talk about because it's actually been I've played a lot since the last time. Can I afford it? Screw it. Yeah, there's like something wrong with her model, so I guess they're not done patching it yet. She didn't used to be like a ghost, but she is now. Dylan Payne, sorry, pal. Alright, is there another big beverage? Oh, right, I'm not quite done. Thanks for making that easy for me. Though I hate putting it on the top shelf. No, it's not what I'm doing. It's not what you're doing. You're just not thinking. So, what I have been doing, in the abundance of time, like I've been working on consolidating consolidating the products that have 2 shelves. Now that did require some changes to the actual layout of the store to make, some stuff fit. But overall, I think like that seems dumb. That seems real dumb. And the reason I'm doing this particular action right here, where I'm actually consolidating the products in this particular areas, like finally departmentalizing it up, is because when you actually start fulfilling orders, it's just way easier if the sections of the store make sense and you're not just like running all over. Another thing I've realized, since they're not going to patch a crouch in, I kind of hate the lowest shelf on a lot of things. Like all The refrigerator storage, I hate the lower shelves on it, so I'm just not going to do it. Like, some of these ones that I can reach, they're fine. But the refrigerator ones I'm definitely going to use, and there's a lot of situations like this, like, right? So this is a situation where it's like, is it more convenient to have, like, a top one or a bottom one? Because I think it looks a little too threadbare with top and bottom missing, but it doesn't look so bad when there's just nothing on the bottom. Right, like the top stock should be full. The bottom stock being not full is just like, I mean, it's weird, but it's not criminal. But top stock being full looks real threadbare. So for the last time, we'll move this bloody hot milk up to the top shelf. There we go. And now we are going to... I mean, right, there's two other, like, big drinky things, too, but that's the problem, is that there's two more. And honestly, the thought of... like, there's more product licenses to come. So I haven't scoped out all the wholesalers to figure out exactly what kind of stuff is going to go where, but... I am kind of trying to operate within the okay, well, drinks like this go here, stuff like that goes there. Them chickens, man. Them chickens have been, yeah, sometimes that's an issue, but now we finally used all the shelves. Originally, I hadn't used all the shelves. I don't want to just use these chickens alone unless I could put them somewhere convenient. Is there a place where these chickens could just go? Like, I could put them across from these other chickens, but then the water's got to go somewhere. Or I could put it here. But then I'd have to put it on a single. I think I had a single around here somewhere. Oh, right, I just identified that these are both singles over here. But this one isn't free. I'd have to switch it all over. It's also the wrong color, which I hate. I discovered I don't hate the orange-green combo, and I like this floor. Well, the floors, there's a couple floors that work, depending on the... But as the story evolves, the floors have to keep changing, whatever. But wall, you know, the purple is a solid wall. You couldn't find the pet food. It's down there. The pat is in the house, dog. Like, maybe 4 shelves of chicken is too much. No, it's not. It's really not. 4 shelves of chicken is just barely enough. So let's do this. Alright, well, it's 9 now. I spent all my time playing, so now we do have to stock. And what we're going to do is we're going to go do some orders. Edith Fox. Kiwis. So what I discovered, I'm not sure if it's an exploit that, like, they're going to eradicate, or if it's just the way the game is going to work. I'm assuming since we're at 1.0. A lot of this stuff is just gonna stay, even though it's kind of like thematically weird, but Uncle Tony's right. Time freezes at 9 o'clock at night, right? That's how they keep you from, I guess, running the store, you know, infinitely all night. Faith Fox. What a fun name. And, oh, that was the other thing I wanted to do. Because the truck sucks. The truck driving is the absolute worst. I can't stand it. And I bought it because it was the last one on the list, and I was like, the last one must be the best. But now that I've been around the town, I wanted to try and buy one of the smaller ones because, I mean, honestly, maybe we just buy them all. I don't know. We'll see about that. Because there are a lot of places the people are that the truck is it's just outright terrible to get to. Alright, this drives even funnier than the other vehicles. It's not as fast as the truck. Oh my! Oh my! But I can get those sidewalks. No, I can't. No, I can't. Oh my god. Right, so that was my thinking, right? Was that because it was smaller than the truck, it would be easier to, like, get up on these sidewalks? Because the truck, you know, it's no law. It's a lawless land. You know, nobody cares what you do, how you do it, anything. So you're really just, like, playing a game of Tetris with, like, fitting what in where, not running crap over. You can also like drop your boxes in the middle of the street like while you're driving, and then that's just it. But anyway, so you know, time freezes, meaning any of the orders that are left to do. Nope. You can just do, and more importantly, you can do this while, you know, those losers are being losers with the Restocalypse. So that effectively, you know, there is no downtime. I mean, there is essentially downtime because certainly, well, I actually don't know. I had given some thought to, like, paying attention, but I feel like it might actually but, like, take some of the enjoyment out of the game for me. Yeah, right, like, this one's going to be in a crap position for the truck to go, but maybe with this thing. You turn on a dime. Like, the turning is way too ridiculous. Right, so this person is, like, on the other side of this, like, tennis yard, which is a pain to get a car. It's still not easy, mostly because the camera is insane. But I guess they don't want it to be too evident that you're driving a car with absolutely nobody inside, even though it couldn't be more obvious. Driving is the only bad part of the game, and by bad I mean it's really bad. It's like not good. It like subtracts fun from the game, but the rest of the game is so flippin' fun that you don't. I mean, you do think about it a lot every time I crash into a light post. Every time I take one of these insane turns, I'm like, boy, I wish, you know, just like a teleport menu. Honestly, like it's as bad as it is. It would be easier if I could just like click via the map and have myself just appear at whatever location, like maybe with like a weird skid or something behind me, you know, that I can like load up, take from place to place. I mean, you know, we could certainly suck it up and make it all the way Death Stranding, like where I gotta, you know, drag the thing around if that's an, but I mean, if that was an option, that would almost be better than the way it is, because it's just a horrible experience driving around town. But that being said, as I said, what we're doing right now is killing time while the losers, you know, like stock my store. I see, like I made like 200, this was like 200 Beanos, and again, since the thing doesn't actually expire, I'm not really losing time, like mentally. It sucks that you can't like reorder. This is a little bit better, because you couldn't, see, like there's a box, it's just my products in the middle of the street. I wonder if this thing has, like, loading capabilities. Ugh. The other cars, they just cut you off because there's no AI. They're just doing their thing. They kind of do the, like, Grand Theft Auto thing where, like, if you run into them, then they, you know, like, kind of, like, chill for a minute so you can get around, but they just chill in your way. You don't really get, you know... It's not like they actually are out of your way. They're just... Ugh! And they get backed up at the lights because they are, for some reason, obeying traffic, like signals and whatnot. I don't know. Maybe they had a plan. Like maybe before they hit 1.0, they were, you know, gonna do a little bit more with the driving, or maybe you gotta be really careful about not plowing into your products because you can. So that should be the last order, and the Restocalypse is still. Oh no! It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Start the next day, 321. Alright. Let's go get that stupid box before we just waste any more time. Where is it? Where is that box? Alright, and they're also not good at driving. They're also, like, they crash into each other. They almost run over the pedestrians. It's not good. Where is it? There it is. It's actually not that far. I wanted to see. Does this thing have a loading spot? It does. No, it doesn't. No, it's got like a cute little back, but that's not enough for you to load anything. Interesting. Maybe you can load like one tiny box in there. Hey, someone deal with this. Thanks. Alright. But this methodology of playing is, number one, doing a lot better on my brain, and I was supposed to do another stock, is why maybe I cussed, but I had an expletive at the end of the day. But as always, first thing of the day, restock, because, you know, it's the only way to keep the customers happy. The customers will just run you, like, just threadbare. If the second you slow down, you're going to fall behind. So you always got to do that, and of course they haven't patched anyone into the game that does that part, so you got to do that part for yourself, no matter what. But you know, that's part of the reason why you should apply some logic to where everything is in the store, because that makes it so much faster in the restock process as well. I can't think of the connecting like tissue in my brain between those two thoughts, but I swear, like when I was playing earlier, I was like, there's a concrete reason for this, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun to talk to your fans about it. Make sure you hit the like button, please. Hit the like button, subscribe, you know, leave me a comment. It would be great. I'd appreciate it. I got, you know, more plans, more videos, more things I'm going to do, but it's all requires a little bit more growth than I got right now. I'm mostly putting my eggs in the CFC basket right now, but certainly if people want more videos, if people want to pick up on the videos, I'm going to keep doing it. I mean, I'm personally getting back to recording with much more fervor, you know, with much more coordination for the accomplishment of channel goals, which is basically just making sure that the right uploads happen on the right day, and making sure everything has a thumbnail, and make sure everything is, like, edited and blah, blah, blah. When I'm real deep in development, you know, when CFC basically didn't run, it was just, like, me constantly working on the thing. You don't have a lot of... It's crazy when the Ghost Lady goes by, but it becomes more and more, like, endearing as time goes on, that there's one member of my staff, or my consumer base, that just, like, does not know how to apply sunscreen. But... or maybe they did apply too much sunscreen, and that's why they're all ghosted out, honestly. You know... My complexion... I can hear it pretty good. This volume control works. I started a sheet with notes for myself for every recording to make sure that you know, the numbers and everything are set beforehand. Make sure I remember where the camera positions, all that good stuff is going. It's just a lot of layers of like professionalism is, but just like gloss of whatever on top of just recording the game and putting it on YouTube that I like to partake in when I have the energy and I have the coordination, that just fall by the wayside when I don't have the brain processes. I mean, sometimes I'm just too stressed out. Like, if I'm really stressed out, like, honestly, I am trying. Whoa, Sam. I am trying to play Hollow Knight. I am not, like, deliberately ghosting that game. I just... Man, I sat in bed and I was, like, trying to make myself play, and I've made, like, a soft commitment to myself, you know, like from a self-health standpoint, that like if I don't feel like playing it, don't force yourself to play it. I've made plenty of recordings in the past that are me playing games that I'm obviously not enjoying, that I'm not in the mood to, you know, like it's not even necessarily I'm having just I'm not in the mood to record. Anyway, I used to force myself to record those nights, those days, whatever, with no consideration for the effect it was having on me or my product. I was just like, gotta get it out. Anyway, now I've, you know, become a little bit less obsessive about that sort of thing. Not 100% less obsessive, but I have taken the edge off of griefing myself from not being as channel productive as I could be, if only because, you know, it's not going anywhere, like, and more importantly, like, Google's not going to pay me anytime soon. I would love to believe, you know, like I'm going to go viral, and maybe not viral's the right word, because viral kind of has a connotation with it. I just, like, would, you know, like, I just love the numbers to go up to the point where I could make some money. Like, even zero money, because I'm at the point now where, like, I just need the coffers to go up a little bit, and I can, like, escape, you know, I can reach the escape velocity that I have designed my personal budget to around, but I just keep sinking back in because they're just stupid expenses here. And anyway, you know, getting a tiny little check from Google every month, every couple of weeks, every whatever, will go a long way. I do get a little bit of money from the Patreon, whatever. So shout outs to my Patreons. You can sign up for that if you want. The options are a little outdated because the early access program has not really been a thing for a while. I mean, it could be. If people want to sign up for it, I'll definitely get back on top of it, but it's just the way things are right now, there's not a lot of opportunity for early access. That's not true. There is. It's just there's zero demand. So with no demand, I'm not really putting the effort in. So now I've done my purchasing. Thank you, Bam Bam, for your labors. Yeah, I'm not making enough money to do the next expansion. So what I need to do is Like, I got an extra shelf here, so the only move I really have... let's go do some pricing. I am seeing a couple of those pop-ups. I had a system in my head for how often he should do the pricing, and it's completely fallen by the wayside, if only because I almost don't care. There doesn't seem to be a penalty outside of, like, the drag on your store points, and, you know, frankly, I don't need store points anymore at all, so... The idea that I need to impress you people for any reason other than I need your money is kind of non-existent. But that being said, the complaints, you know, the little complaint bubbles, they did a really good job at making sure those sort of things like snag. Then, you know, that that was a little pricey. The prices, they fluctuate. They fluctuate so crazily. I mean, it's how they, you know, the system is designed to keep you on your toes, but at the same time, it's just like, I could not imagine what it'd be like if I went to the store, like, one day and my box of sugar was $2 more, and the next day it was, like, $1 less, you know, and they call that market price. I mean, we're getting there. Shout-outs to the American government, you know, who doesn't love tariffs, but still, it's more like they go up and they stay up, or they go down very briefly, you know, to a nice comfortable price, and that becomes the price. It's very rarely just like every couple of minutes, up, down, up, down. But this is a video game, and this is real life. I know I can't make it cost $800. I'm trying to make it cost $8. Oh my. Why? Okay. I know, I'm just taking a huge hit. Everybody buy this Yumo cleaner, Yamo cleaner. Hey, Yamo, be there. Alright, that's overpriced. Is it? No. That's not overpriced. That's a great price. Mark finally recorded some more, so it kind of juiced me to play again. I mean, he's way behind me, so Lord knows when he actually recorded the footage. Again, his life is... like, tracking him based on his recordings is like madness because he has an editor, so Lord knows how long it takes between him recording the footage and the editors actually producing the video that I guess they pass back to him and he uploads. He definitely still does his naming, and he talks about doing his thumbnail still, so he must have a lot of involvement in the actual account. But that would mean that, you know, vast scores of data are being sent both to and from him. Yeah, get out! Get out! Salt is too expensive. I'm sorry, man. I did my best. Yeah, we just gotta move those chickens. Alright, move the chickens. It's 8. And... no, see, that was the thing I was like, is there enough room for it here? Nope, this is too small. Can you fit in the corner? This milk is a problem, honestly. This milk is a real problem. I was thinking I need to get rid of the milk. I mean, I like this thing. This thing is cute. I like it, but... I consolidated the waters into this other thing over here, and I like this thing so much. Like, look at it, right? And then this is like... bleh. So... but the milk's gotta be in cold storage. Do I want to put it with the soda? It'd be better than splitting up the other sodas. Would it? Ugh. That's what we're doing for now. When we have more room, we're going to do a better... bottom shelf. Straight bottom shelf. Hate it. Hate it. Alright. Just over there somewhere. Now. That being the case, I no longer want to... well, there's only room for a single. You didn't make room for a double. But I want a double. What if I put 2 doubles back to back? I can't. I got this big dumb thing in my way. I could put this big dumb thing over here. Let's see what happens. Big dumb thing, can you put over here? No. Big dumb thing. Oh, team, get out of the way. Alright. Alright. This box of... y'all. Oh my god, Ristocalypse. Just get hood with it. We'll just have to get more hood with it. Okay, that's fine. It's just gonna have to be a hood solution. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be pretty. Alright, so shelf single. I really like the shelf outer corner. That's what that orange thing is. I love the way it, like, you know, it's gonna be useless the next time I upgrade it because they're gonna move the wall over there, which is why. But I wanted to buy one just to find out. So we're gonna buy a single, even though this is probably not the right move. This is probably not the right move. But we're gonna go ahead and do it anyway. And then, oh, it's flippity floppity flip time. What do you know? Let's go ahead and do one more stock. No, we just did one more stock. No, we didn't. That was our day stock. That was still our day stock. So let's do one more stock. And then we'll do the orders, and then we'll call it a day. Because we do have to do one more recording tonight. As per the rules. You know, that's another thing. It's like, I don't know. I'm grumbling about it. I'm sitting here grumbling about it, but there's a very specific reason why I do the recordings the way I do, and this is better. And I know it's better, so I should stop being a whiny little baby about it, but I have had a rotten time. So I'm trying to balance fun with joy. Nope. Labor? Anxiety? Comfort? I don't know. You guys don't need to hear about it. You guys don't want to hear about it. It's not really fun. But my brain, it's a weird place. Playing video games in front of a camera while I talk to myself. It's a very strange process to do all this and blind faith that someone cares, that someone is interested. Not draw attention to that fact even a little bit because of the connotations for my mind. But we must sally forth because otherwise there is no growth. And we need growth in order to survive. I should probably just like end the recording, but don't want to. Apparently I want to buy more mushrooms. Want to keep playing? Don't stop playing. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to keep playing even if I stop the recording, so it's not a real good reason to stop. Maybe they're sick of hearing me ramble and complain, but is this mushrooms? No. That's mushrooms and that's garlic. Okay, good. I was about to be real mad at myself. There was clementines. I put them on sale. The stupid sale system, which is not, it's not. But the sale system is in the game. You can put things on sale and theoretically it does make the customers buy more of them, but the exact thing I worried happened is that I put them on sale, I ran out of them, and then that was just it. There was no more. Did I already do these? I don't know. They're not on the gun. Yeah, they're not on the gun, so I must not have done this stuff yet. It's becoming so much. But the double tagging or double stacking the, all of the cabinets. Double stacking all the cabinets makes life easier, both in terms of gunning them and setting them up, right? Like every now and again I gotta get the large sushi, which is the one on the bottom, and it's just a pain to get those considering it looks just like the other one. I think Max Foster. Going for another night ride on my scooter. Max. Oh. Get out of the way! You already ruined my life. Oh, Lord. Yeah, Max Foster. Good job being you. Who's next? Honey, French fries, Jean-Claude Van Damme's. Been looking for you. Ain't nobody. I was trying to figure out what to put next to these, but honestly, I ain't got nothing else that needs a freezer. But now that I'm doing the new policy, I thought about just like doubling up the fries, but everything else seemed more deserving than the French fries of eating up the space. I don't know. Freezer space is never a problem. I never seem to be like. I mean, I'm sure the customers are still pissed. They're never satisfied, but from my perspective, I don't think I've ever hit a point when is it these? Is it a bunch of stuff? No, I put it over here, right? Yeah, because that was the thing that I put on sale and promptly lost / ran out of / forgot about. Yeah, the game doesn't like just tell you, the customers. You just start racking up unhappy customers, and it's like, what's happening? It's like, oh, you got something on sale, but you forgot to stock. They just keep on emptying you out. They just keep on emptying you out. They've started posting clips online of multiplayer, so clearly it's not too far off, or at least, their intention is not too far off to release it. I'm probably not going to play it because it seems very co-op-y. It doesn't seem like they've added any sort of, it's probably just going to be the sort of thing where you can just invite someone into the game and both of you can do tasks. Which would be nice, like to have a sit down and be able to see if you and your friend can be more efficient than like you and a restocker or you and a staff person, or the grocery checkout person, but at the same time, I have come so far in terms of like actual game. That's Uncle Tony's. I don't really see the fun, of like dragging somebody else along into my own personal hell that is like, the obsessive of this game. I mean, if someone's down, I can really only think of one person I know who likes to play this game to do it to the degree that we might play some co-op at. You never know what will no, where is it? It's just like it's like the wrong color, right? Is it this thing? No. Is it not out? That'd be an interesting thing. Not that many people have been pissed at me, so I'd assume that means it's got to be out here somewhere. Is it one of these? Oh, it's one of these. Oh, that's bad. That's a bad thing. Hold on. That's a bad thing. Wait. That was bad. That was this. Okay, we're just gonna deal with that right now because that's just a terrible arrangement to have. Because these are all condiments, and then flipping dish soap is down here. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. And I just happen to have 2 open shelves right here for this new product. And by new product, I mean old product that I just recently figured out that we sold. Light roast Narvalo! Y'all probably sick of me. You're probably like, why don't you stop recording? Why don't you go do something else? It's just who I am today. Yeah, we're 10 minutes over. Ain't that something? I guess I should let you go. Shoutouts to you for watching. Flippity flobbity floop. I would really like it if you hit the like button. Really would like it if you hit the like button. I gotta give you a minute to do it, because then the thing, like it stops. No. Thank you, Lucas.